I will take care of everything until you're back to do it yourself. I will take care of everything until you're back to do it yourself. I will take care of everything until you're back to do it yourself. I will take care of everything until you're back to do it yourself.
I'll take care of everything until you're back to do it yourself.
And
you will be soon.
You're back to do it yourself. I will take care of everything until you're back to do it yourself. I will take care of everything until you're back to do it yourself. I will take care of everything until you're back to do it yourself. I will take care of everything until you're back to do it yourself. I will take care of everything. 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 I will take care of everything until you're back to do it yourself. I will take care of everything until you're back to do it yourself. It will be as new as good as new. It will be as good as new. As good as new. It will be as good as new. It will be as good as new. It will be as good as new.
Surgeon says you're going to be as good as new.
You're going to be as good as new. You're going to be as good as new.
Surgeon says you're going to be as good as new.
You're going to be as good as new. You're going to be as good as new. You're going to be as good as new. You're going to be as good as new. You're going to be as good as new. Once earned, it affords us tremendous trust.
Once earned, it affords us tremendous freedom.
Once earned, it affords us tremendous freedom. Once earned, it affords us tremendous freedom. Once earned, it affords us tremendous freedom. Once earned, it affords us tremendous freedom.
Once earned, it affords us tremendous freedom.
It affords us tremendous freedom. It affords us tremendous freedom. It affords us tremendous freedom. It affords us tremendous freedom.
Once earned, it affords us tremendous freedom. But once trust is lost, it can be impossible to recover.
But once trust is lost, it can be impossible to recover. But once trust is lost, it can be impossible to recover. But once trust is lost, it can be impossible to recover. But once trust is lost, it can be impossible to recover. It can be impossible to recover. It can be impossible to recover. It can be impossible to recover.
Once earned, it affords us tremendous freedom. But once trust is lost, it can be impossible to recover. Within 5 minutes, Mrs. Hoover managed to
Maisie does love to rule her little kingdom.
You are unhappy with our sex life.
You are not getting something from me, but you're simply too afraid to ask. You're not getting something from me, but you're simply too afraid to ask. You're not getting something from me, but you're simply too afraid to ask.
You're not getting something from me, but you're simply too afraid to ask.
can't be
You're
easily
not
solved.
You're not getting something from me, but you're simply too afraid to ask. You're not getting something from me, but you're simply too afraid to ask. You're not getting something from me, but you're simply too afraid to ask. You're not getting something from... Something must have been going on. 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 Something must have been going on.
The woman killed herself. Something must have been going on.
Something must have been going on. You sounded a little frazzled. You sounded a little frazzled. You sounded a little frazzled.
Back to Frisco in the morning? But I got your call. You sounded a little frazzled.
You sounded a little frazzled.
And one day, one of my club friends asked why she hadn't seen me around lately. And I told her that we couldn't afford it anymore.
뭐지? 안 나 기억이.
She waved it off like it was
아,
nothing. I saw her
아싸.
get that look in her eye, that look of pity.
She waved it off like it was nothing. She waved it off like it was nothing. Waved it off. Waved it off. She waved it off. She waved it off like it was nothing. 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 Of course, I will need that basket back once you're done. Of course, I will need that basket back once you are done. Of course, I will need that basket back once you are done.
Of course, I will need the baskets back once you're done.
Of course, I will need the basket back once you're done. Of course, I will need the basket back once you're done. Of course, I will need. Of course, I need the basket back once you're done. Of course, I will need. Of course, I need the basket back once you're done. We didn't get a chance to talk each other. We didn't get a chance to each other. We didn't get a chance to each other. We didn't get a chance to talk each other. We didn't get a chance to each other. We didn't get a chance to each other. We didn't get a chance to talk each other.
Didn't get a chance to talk at Mary Alice's wake. How are you doing?
We didn't get a chance to talk.
Must be having a lot of fun on your business trip. I can only imagine.
Unless you call me back by noon. Unless you call me back by noon. I will. Unless you call me back by noon, I will take the flight. I'm taking the flight and joining you. I'll taking the flight and joining you.
I want to have some fun too, so unless you call me back by noon, we are getting on a plane and joining you.
So unless you call me back by noon, we are getting on a plane and joining you. So unless you call me back by noon, we are getting on a plane and joining you. So unless you call me back by noon, we are getting on a plane and joining you. So unless you call me back by noon, we are getting on a plane and joining you.
Must be having a lot of fun on your business trip. I can only imagine. And I want to have some fun too, so unless you call me back by noon, we are getting on a plane and joining you.
Where is she, by the way? I haven't seen her in days. It got me.
There's just some stuff on there that I don't want anyone else to see that. There's just some stuff on there that I don't want anyone else to see that. There's just some stuff on there that I don't want anyone else. I don't want anyone else to see. 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 There's just stuff on there that I don't want anyone else to see. There's just some stuff on there I don't want anyone else to see. There's just some stuff on there I don't want anyone else to see.
She kicked me out so fast that I forgot my laptop, and there's just some stuff on there that I don't want anyone else to see.
I don't want anyone else to see. There's just some stuff on there that I don't want anyone else to see. There's just some stuff on there that I don't want anyone else to see.
I'm raising your children.
I am just trying to move on with my life.
It's not that shame. It is not shame though. It is not shame though.
It is nothing to be ashamed of.
Oh, okay. I tell you what then.
There is nothing to be ashamed of. 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 There is nothing to be ashamed of.
I'm raising your children.
I am just trying to move on with my life. It is nothing to be ashamed of.
Oh, okay.
There's nothing
I tell
to
you
be
what then.
ashamed of. There's nothing to be ashamed of. Sometimes this is not good to look back on the past. Sometimes it is not good to look back on the past. Sometimes it is not good to look back on the past.
Sometimes it's not good to look back on the past.
But I can't help it.
Sometimes it's not good to look back on the past. Sometimes it's not good to look back on the past. Sometimes it's not good to look back on the past. Sometimes it's not good to look back on the past.
Sometimes it's not good to look back on the past.
But I can't help it.
Looks like it's going to be just you and me. Looks like it's going to be just you and me. Looks like it's going to be just you and me. Looks like it's going to be just you and me. Looks like it's going to be just you and me.
Well, looks like it's gonna be just you and me.
Well, looks like it's going to be just you and me.
Just text me. All right, that's not gonna happen.
Wow, you're not wearing that outfit. Wow, you're not wearing that outfit. You're not wearing that outfit. You're not wearing that outfit. Wow,
Wow,
you're not wearing that outfit. You're not wearing that outfit. You're not wearing that outfit. You're not wearing that outfit.
Why are you guys yelling at us when we're way upstairs?
That's not gonna happen.
Just text me.
All right, that's not gonna happen.
That's not gonna happen. We've been dating for 4 months. I think that's too soon to meet a parent. We've been dating for 4 months. I think that's too soon to meet a parent. We've been dating for 4 months.
and I think
I
that's
think
too
that's
soon
too
to meet a
soon to meet a
parent.
parent.
You've been dating for 4 months, and I think that's too soon to meet her parent.
We've been dating for 4 months. I think that's too soon to meet a parent. We've been dating for 4 months. I think that's too soon to meet a parent.
Actually, you called me in here. Yeah.
Well, let me show you how it's done. Well, let me show you how it's done.
Well, let me show you how it's
done.
All right, well, let me show you how it's done.
Well, let me show you how it's done.
To her taste in men. Yes, Martha Hoover could be cruel, offensive, and downright mean. But Edie didn't care, because she was the first real friend Edie Britt had ever had. But now Martha Hoover was missing. She had vanished without a trace, and Edie was not embarrassed to admit she needed her back.
Oh, nothing's wrong. It's just that Martha always said how like you two.
Oh, I like you too.
It's there. It just takes a while to become apparent.
It just takes a while to become a parent. It just takes a while to become a parent. Become parent. It just takes a while to become a parent.
It's there. It just takes a while to become apparent.
It takes a while to become parent. It just takes a while to become a parent. It just takes a while to become a parent.
It's there. It just takes a while to become apparent. Do you have the key to our house? I do. After the police kicked the door and they put on this temporary lock. Do you have the key to our house? I do. After the police kicked the door and they put on this temporary lock. Oh, and by the way, the neighbors are coming over at noon. We're going to organize and hand out flyers. You know, I can only imagine how worried you must be. I'm not worried, Edie.
I can imagine how worried you must be. I can only imagine how worried you must be. How worried you must be.
You know, I can only imagine how worried you must be. I'm not worried.
Martha and I have a very intense bond. We were connected at the most primal level. And a few days ago, I felt this sensation in my soul.
On my soul. Ding dong ding. That's it.
Martha and I have a very intense bond. We were connected at the most primal level. And a few days ago, I felt this sensation in my soul. That's when it first dawned on me that something had happened to my sister. And then when she didn't arrive at my home, but she's my sister.
She's my sister.
And I'm going to find out exactly what happened to her.
What happened to her? Pass.
But she's my sister. And I'm going to find out exactly what happened to her.
Look, Felicia, it's natural to freak out when a loved one's missing.
She was a wretched pig of a woman, and the day she died, this world became a better place. She was a wretched pig of a woman, and the day she died, this world became a better place. It was in that moment that Edie finally saw the family resemblance.
Family resemblance.
And one day, one of my club friends asked why she hadn't seen me around lately. And I told her that we couldn't afford it anymore.
She waved it off like it was nothing. Wave it off. She waved it off like it was nothing. Wave it off. Wave it off. She waved it off. She waved it off. She waved it off. She waved it off. Waved it off. Wave it off. Wave it off. It was wave it off like it was nothing. She was waving off like it was nothing. She was waving off like it was nothing.
She waved it off like it was nothing.
Make it off. Make it off. Make it
I
off.
saw her.
Wave it off. Wave it off. Wave it off.
Get that look in her eye, that look
She
of
waved it off like it was nothing.
pity.
She waved it off like it was nothing. She would wave it off like it was nothing. She would wave it off like it was nothing.
Mrs. Hoover was missing. The words echoed down Wisteria Lane until every last resident was aware of her disappearance. Mrs. Hoover was missing. The words echoed down Wisteria Lane until every last resident was aware of her disappearance. By noon, dozens of neighbors had gathered. Some came to volunteer. Some came in sympathy. And some came to learn exactly.
Walk, park, anywhere you think Mrs. Hoover might have been seen.
Mrs. Hoover might have a seat.
On behalf of Martha and her sister Felicia, I'd like to thank you all for coming here today. On behalf of Martha and her sister Felicia, I'd like to thank you all for coming here today. You know, my last conversation with Martha was one of anger.
I don't know how she did it, but Edie managed to make this all about her. She's a talented girl, our Edie. I don't know how she did it, but Edie managed to make this all about her. She's a talented girl, our Edie. Has anybody talked to Bree? Has anybody talked to Bree? How's Rex doing? She's bringing him home from the hospital today. Yeah, I don't know how he had a heart attack. He was so young. The way she was talking about Mrs. Hoover, it was like she was already dead. I don't think she's... The way she was talking about Mrs. Hoover, it was like she was already dead.
아니 뭐 이거 하우스와이프
Oh no, I'm sure she's fine. We're talking about
아니
Mrs.
얘만
Hoover.
나오지?
She's like a roach.
이상하다. 뭐 이게? She's like a roach.
Oh no, I'm sure she's fine. We're talking about Mrs. Hoover. She's like a roach.
I just wanted you to know that everyone in Wisteria Lane is praying for your sister's safe return.
Dad's being released today. He's got to have a place to recuperate.
Well, then he can go to a motel because he's not allowed back in my house.
뭐야 이게 갑자기? Has been released today. Being released. It's got to have a place to recuperate.
Dad's being released today. He's got to have a place to recuperate.
Well, then he can go to a motel because he's not allowed back in my house.
I thought you two were getting along. What happened?
I thought you two were getting along. I thought you two were getting along. I thought you two. You two were getting along. I thought you two you two were getting along. I thought you two were getting along. I thought you two were getting along. I thought you two were getting along.
Oh, I'm so looking forward to the day that I get to put you in a nursing home.
I'm sorry to disappoint you, Andrew, but my plan is to have an embolism and to die young.
And die young. I'm so looking forward to stay. I'm so looking forward to day. I'm so looking forward to the day. I'm so looking forward to the day that I get to put you in a nursing home. Oh yeah. I'm so looking forward to the day that I get to put you in a nursing home. 어우 힘들어.
I'm raising your children.
I am just trying to move on with my life.
It's nothing to be ashamed of. It is nothing to be ashamed of. It is nothing to be ashamed of.
It is nothing to be ashamed of.
Oh, okay.
It is nothing to be ashamed of.
Oh, I'm so looking forward to the day that I get to put you in a nursing home.
I'm sorry to disappoint you, Andrew, but my plan is to have an embolism and to die young.
Yeah, well, we're all rooting for you, but you might not be so lucky.
You might not be so lucky. You might not be so lucky. You might not be so lucky. You might not be so lucky. You might not be so lucky. You might not be so lucky. You might not be so lucky.
Yeah, well, we're all rooting for you, but you might not be so lucky. Andrew, you want to see how long I can hold a grudge?
You want to see how long I can hold your grudge? I can hold your grudge.
Yeah, well, we're all rooting for you, but you might not be so lucky. Andrew, you want to see how long I can hold a grudge? Andrew, you want to see how long I can hold a grudge? Go ahead and abandon my father, because I promise you'll be sorry.
You wouldn't be saying that if you knew what.
You wouldn't be saying that if you knew what.
Oh, come on, tell me, because I'd love to know what my father did that was so awful.
So.
Oh, come on, tell me, because I'd love to know what my father did that was so awful.
Fine, I will see him through this, but after that, your father can rot in hell for all I care.
Your father can rot in hell for all I care. Your father can rot in hell. Your father can rot in hell for all I care. Your father can rot in hell for all I care.
Oh, come on, tell me, because I'd love to know what my father did that was so awful.
Fine, I will see him through this, but after that, your father can rot in hell for all I care.
Rot in hell. Your father can rot in hell for all I care. Your father can rot in hell for all.
Gabrielle, it's not my fault that your bank account's frozen. Gabrielle, it's not my fault that your bank account's frozen.
I'm not saying it's your fault, I'm just saying fix it.
Well, I wish I could, but the folks at the Justice Department aren't very sympathetic.
I'm not saying it's your fault, I'm just saying fix it.
Well, I wish I could, but the folks at the Justice Department aren't very sympathetic.
I'm running out of money. In a couple of weeks, I'm going to be screwed. I'm running out of money. In a couple of weeks, I'm going to be screwed.
Why don't you hog some of your jewelry? There's a lot of stuff you never wear, and most of it's ugly.
Most of it's ugly.
What's he thinking? Exporting goods made from slave labor. Why couldn't he have embezzled like other white-collar criminals? What's he thinking? Exporting goods made from slave labor. Why couldn't he have embezzled like other white-collar criminals?
All the Justice Department wants is to make sure that Carlos doesn't skip the country. Now, if he's released on bail, I can argue that he needs money to live on, and they'll probably unfreeze one of the smaller accounts. All the Justice Department wants is to make sure that Carlos doesn't skip the country. Now, if he's released on bail, I can argue that he needs money to live on, and they'll probably unfreeze one of the smaller accounts.
But they won't release him on bail until they get the passport.
Gabrielle wanted her old lifestyle back, no question.
patient.
But she wanted
But she
Carlos
wanted
to suffer
Carlos to
for his
suffer for
betrayal
his betrayal
even more.
Even more.
Well, in that case, you might want to think about looking for a job.
You might want to think about looking for a job. You might want to think about looking for a job. You might want to think about looking for a job. You might want to think about looking for a job. You might want to think about looking for a job. You might want to think about looking for a job. You might want to think about
Well, in that case, you might want to think about looking for a job.
You might want to think about looking for a job. You might want to think about looking for a job. You might want to think about what about this. You might want to think about looking for a job. You might want to think about what about this. You might want.
For you? Of course it is.
It's cute. Type stuff. I need your signature.
I need your signature.
Mike, I don't think you've officially met my ex, Carl Meyer.
Oh, hey, Mike Delfino.
I take a ride to no apparent.
It's there. It just takes a while to become apparent.
It just take a while to become parent. It just take a while to become parent.
It's there. It just takes a while to become apparent.
Become parent. Become parent. Become a parent. It just take a while to become a parent. Just take a while to become a parent.
Yeah, I don't have the right washer for this faucet, so I'm just gonna go across the street. Get it. By the way, Julie told me about her birthday plans.
Yeah, we're going to a restaurant downtown.
By the way, Julie told me about her birthday plans.
아니 이거
Yeah,
이거만
we're going to a restaurant downtown. The guy who plays piano and an open mic. Julie got a bunch of her girlfriends together, and so we're just going to make a night.
왜 쟤만 하지? 넌 이게 남아서 그런가? 음흠.